back up in this thing, ready to get something on that wax.
Another session with the BrosTalk, where the beer's ice cold. BrosTalk. Another session with the BrosTalk. Come and tell us what you know. BrosTalk.
Yeah. Yo. What up, world? What up, peoples and tweakers out there? It's your boy, T. Broski. Got my man, King Dano in the building with me. And this is BrosTalk. Oh, wait. We got the homie, the player, the fella, the guy.
Oh, yeah. Appreciate y'all having me.
And then appreciate you coming on, man, as per usual.
Always about. Yes, sir.
How you guys been doing, man? How your week's been? Your days? You know what I mean? What's been going on? Nothing crazy?
Oh, it's just terrible. Everything's going down the drain. Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ.
Never
No, been chilling. Yeah, that's it. Just chilling. The same old thing. Performances, spring break, all that stuff.
Yeah?
Yeah. We just, I just got back from Florida.
Time on.
We was in Florida for spring break. We drove out Thursday night to Beaumont, stayed with some family, and then drove the rest of the way.
What was it? 15 hours?
It's almost like to Miami. They live right above Miami.
Shit.
So it was I think 21 hours from our house to their house. And when you go from Beaumont, it was about 17.
You drove by what?
Yeah. Yeah, so the way back sucked because we didn't stop in Beaumont. We just went straight home. You know,
Straight 21.
We at 21.
But it was cool though. One thing I thought was interesting, at least in the area we were in, I was like, man, I get why Trump likes walls so much. Because everything was walled off. I'm telling you, there was walls everywhere. Walls of trees, walls of concrete, just everything was walled off. And I was like, damn, this is where Trump gets it from. I understand now.
You cording people off.
I guess. It was very, like I said, there was just a lot of walls. But either way, very nice. We went down to the Everglades for a little while and did a swamp boat tour or whatever. And then
That was cool.
we did
Was it airboat?
yeah. I would say swamp boat. I don't know why.
Yeah.
But airboat is what I meant to say.
Because I went to one in Louisiana, New Orleans, but it was a regular boat. I mean, it was a big ass, a big boat, but it was it didn't have the big air fan on the back. It was just a regular,
just a
motor. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now, they had the other people that was going by on the airboats. That looked fun, and I was like, damn, I should have did that. Because instead of 27 people or 15, however many people was on there, it would have been just 6, 7, or you know what I mean?
Yeah, when they get to flying and then they start drifting.
Man, and then they get to go up in the cooler places too.
Hey, it was fun. So we did that. It was a little bit bigger one. We were still able to, get in and out of a lot of places. But the main reason,
crazy crocodiles or anything or alligators.
Yeah, we saw.
I'm talking huge ones,
5 or 6. The biggest one we saw was probably 9 foot.
Oh yes, I said 17 foot.
So Jesus,
yeah, that's crazy, right?
That's nuts.
Yeah,
damn.
Yeah, he was huge. He had one eye, so I was like, that's really not. He's got to it's really not I mean, it's cool, but he has one eye, so But they said he runs his area. I was like, he runs his area.
Wow,
we may not see him.
17 feet.
I mean, that's even more. That way. Now it's even more impressive.
Yeah.
Maybe I should just shut up there. Go ahead, my bad.
Yeah, the main reason we went there is my eldest, she's thinking about going to college in Florida. So we went there, check out the campus and stuff like that.
Oh, nice.
So spent a whole day doing that.
Just show her the walls. Hey, you don't want to live here. Look at all these walls.
Aren't you claustrophobic?
Always hated mazes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we went to the beach the next day, and just kind of hung out with family a couple of days, and then headed back. It was a good little trip. The cool thing about them trips, the drive kind of sucks, but all in all, we only spent probably 400 in gas both ways.
Yeah.
And then we stayed with family. So
same money.
Essentially it was a pretty cheap vacation for a whole, 8 days. We spent maybe 800, 1,000. Except for we also went to Universal. I forgot to say that. That was the exception, the caveat to that, because that was fucking expensive.
Mm-hmm.
But it was fun. Oh, last thing. So we're walking in, and dude has, the hotel shirt on or whatever. And he's like, hey, y'all want something free?
Yeah.
And so I was like, yeah, I like free shit.
Got him.
Yeah, exactly. And so he's like, so we can do this, blah, blah, blah. We'll give you $100 gift card. I'm like, okay, what's the catch? Well, actually, my girl was the one who was like, what's the catch? So I was just ready, here, give it. They wanted me to go to this presentation in the morning, right? Yeah. Obviously. And they're like, so we'll have you back at 9:15. And I'm like, no. I said, come on. He had my ID. Long story, though. Anyways. So he's holding me hostage, all right? So I'm stuck there all right, bro, just give me my ID. I'm not interested. He's like,
this close to being scared.
The fucking park opens at 9. And he's like, we'll have you back at 9:15. I said, hold on. I didn't spend $800 to be 15 minutes late. I was like, no, we're going to go to the park. And he said, you're going to have to wait in line, and this, and this is going to happen. You're going to do that to your family? Bro. I lost my fucking mind. I was like...
He tested it. That's me.
So my girl's like, IDs, please. And he finally gives them back, and I just started walking away because I was high. And he leans over the counter. He's like, really, sir? You're just going to make your family wait in line? Looking back on it, it's funny as fuck. But I was irate.
Hey, I
was like, don't fucking talk to me about my family. And I should have been from now on, I just want to be yeah, I love making my family wait in line. You don't know this. I don't like them. So the line's going to be long? Good.
Yeah, that's what I want.
I'm waiting to wake up until 7, knowing I got to get up at 6.
One of the things that grinds my gears, what people do, is when people younger than me call me sweetie, honey, babe. Hey, baby, don't do that. I'm older than you. So how am I sweetie to you? I know you're 19. You work at Sonic. Here you go, sweetie. What? Give me my goddamn food. You know what I mean? But whatever. That's it's neither here nor there. That's just my gripe, my complaint. We'll jump right into it. First of all, I can't. Well, we already been talking. So I can't say jump right into it, but we're here. All right.
Yeah. Well, that was just an intro, right?
Yeah. Whatever. These people know. Shouts out to my fans
and supporters.
Shouts out to KBA Works. You know what I mean? That's my boy. Check him out on Facebook. Doing now some dope shit.
Shout out to Oxygen.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, shout out to Oxygen too, because it keep us all open. You know what I mean? We'll jump right into it. First topic of the day. When is it okay to lie? Let me ask this. That's the topic. When is it okay to lie? But I'll ask this. Do you lie? I have to say, yes, I do lie.
Mm-hmm.
Do you lie? Mm-hmm. Do you lie?
Yeah.
Okay. So when is it okay to lie? And when is it not okay to lie?
I mean, you lie all you want to. Just don't
So
get offended on how I decide to deal with you. It's just you.
So you mean which is ethically more?
When is it okay to lie? And when is it not okay to lie? To you, when is that's okay to lie?
I mean, to protect yourself, to get out of a situation, something like that.
That's okay to lie.
Yeah.
It's okay.
You know, like people do that all the time. You know, like someone's home alone, like, oh, I'm here with my husband or something like that, even though they're not. You know, that's a lie technically, but you do it to make yourself, you know, make it seem like, hey, don't come in here, blah blah blah. So I feel like, you know, you're trying to protect someone's feelings. A different situation. You know, they're like, am I ugly? And if they are, you can't just be like, yeah.
Wait, what was that?
Or you could say no.
What if somebody says, oh, like somebody's at the door, do. Oh, I'm sorry, like my husband's in here. He's okay. Like, you know what I mean? Same thing you just said, where it's like the husband, and he's like, oh, I've seen your husband. Oh, I'm coming in here. He's not gonna do anything to me. I'll knock him out. Oh, Jesus, that guy. What happens? Never mind. That was just a joke in my head.
Was that a joke talking about how he had to make his kids wait in line?
No, that was just a joke to show, like, if your husband's like a weak guy and this criminal has done his research on you, it's like, oh, I've seen your husband. So, like, you can't use that lie. You gotta try something else, baby. Because, oh, I got a gun. Now, I don't know if y'all got me. You know what I mean? I may have not done that much. But anyway, okay to lie.
Yeah.
When do you think it's okay to lie? Did I cut you off? I did.
Well, I mean, no, we talked about
like I said, it's your choice. To me, you can lie all you want to. It doesn't.
Of course.
Yeah. So.
But when is it okay for you to lie? Like, so
For me personally.
Yeah.
Shit, on every occasion. Like, it just depends on the scenario you in. I go with you. But like, if you walk in to your significant other, she said, "How's your day?" My day was great, but it really fucking sucked. Like, oh, he's a lying motherfucker. Like,
can't trust this motherfucker. Somebody been following you around all day with a video camera.
Look, he in the toilet paper. He used the last little bit of the DO.
Hey man, there's a picture on Facebook or whatever where there's like your belt loop get caught on the doorknob or whatever. And it was like, this right here will push you over the edge. Like on a bad day. Like if you just like walk, just trying to get in. You're like, that whole door's off. You gotta explain
that's 80 points. If you got 100 before you like totally lose it, that's 80 of them. Because it's either go no matter what happens.
You better be
gonna start you off or it's gonna end you.
Hey, I don't even know what I'm at.
80 hit points.
I'm losing. Another thing that'll make you lose your shit is like hurting yourself. I remember one time I was arguing, right? And I was so angry. I had like a lit cigarette and I put it in my ear. I thought I put it out, but it wasn't. The motherfucker was like, it's still lit.
Oh, you put it like behind your ear?
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Oh, shot that so different. I'm like, why would this?
That'd be insane. That'd be Jesus Christ, like, dude.
I don't know
relax.
why I heard that.
I said I put it like, you know what I mean?
I didn't, you know, my vision this way is bad right now. So when you did it, I just didn't see. I put it in my ear.
Yeah, I'm putting it behind my ear.
Is it Bugs Bunny? Like,
nah, I'm putting it behind my ear. And mom was like, that's lit. And I'm like, no, whatever. I'm still going off. Like, that's lit. And then after like 3 times, I feel it burning. I'm like, damn. Oh, it's lit. Like, shit. Like, so
that's what you meant.
Yeah, man.
Why you ain't grabbing it, man? That's right.
That and then hitting your head.
Oh, bro.
Hit your head.
Unexpectedly?
Oh,
Man,
man.
I just walking the other day. Yes. I was chilling. I do this walk 150 times a day. I think.
What's the first thing you do when you hit your head? Do you look like?
I try not to.
Like, no, I'm not saying look and see. I'm saying look around and see who's seen.
Oh no, I'm looking back to see what hit. It better be my fault.
Bro,
Somebody.
Somebody got there with a stick.
Yeah, somebody got a stick.
Oh my bad, big dog.
It is. We up. 80 hit.
You know, it's even worse than that. Somebody like doing something to you from like somewhere that like you can't get back. Like if they throw like like you're just walking down the street, right? And they just hit you like out of nowhere, like a water balloon, like in your best outfit. Yeah, and they just keep on going. You can't do nothing. So now you're like, yo, you're
chalk
going
that
out.
up. Yeah,
It's ruined.
chalk that up. I'm hot too. Like whatever plans I had is.
Well, at least you got hit with the water balloon.
Or like if you're at like we was at the we was in New Orleans for like Super Bowl thing. They were throwing beads, and one of the beads like hit my phone, knocked my phone out of my hand, and I looked around like
I'm gonna kill you.
and the first thing came to my head was like, you really can't be mad, but in reality, I really can be because that guy could have been up there targeting me. He could have been like, oh, got me. Just imagine getting hit in the face.
I can get his phone.
If you heard a loud cheer,
you were a bet.
Bet it on me.
Yeah, you somebody
Look at
bet
it.
on you on your downfall. And it was successful.
Got it.
if you would have heard a loud cheer, then that's what it was.
But it's a parade, man. Ain't nothing. You ain't gonna hear that. These guys are just out there.
If you got 10 people all of a sudden erupt, yeah, you gonna hear it.
That's
He
crazy.
never made a bet with himself. I can watch him do it.
What? That's how I feel. Because partially I would be that way.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna spot out people that you want to throw stuff to. But then there's like, I don't know if that's like a bad side or evil side, but like then there's the side like I don't really want to hurt nobody, but like there might be somebody I'm like, ah man.
So that's worse than lying right there. What? Physical harm? I don't want to hurt you, but it's a possibility.
You might get hurt doing this. Because you ain't paying attention and not see that. So
Yeah.
Is that wrong?
I mean, to me, don't throw shit at me. I'm good.
You're at parade, bro.
As long as you're not throwing it at me, I
am throwing it at
Well,
you.
if I'm at a place where objects are being thrown at people, I'm old now. Yeah, I ain't walking down and we can hand stuff out. If I hold it over the damn fucking barricade or whatever the gates is.
I'm on a float, as they would call it. I don't have time to stop and hand you shit. I gotta throw it. That's why I'm throwing it to you.
Yep. Then you're right. Underhand.
No, I'm
not
overhand everything.
tossing. See?
Okay, maybe that's what they should be. That's the difference. You should toss instead of throw.
Yeah.
Because throwing is...
We can throw, but don't throw with intent.
Tossing is, I'm throwing. So that's what I'm saying. But then again, like, how do you know if I'm not throwing with intent? Because you're just
You
walking.
never know because it's okay to lie about it. So,
Ooh.
damn.
you know what I'm saying?
It is true, okay. It is okay. I'll say this about lying.
It sucks, but teach them.
I think people lie. I think lying for self-preservation is okay.
Mm-hmm.
Until you're caught. Then when you're caught, then it's like, and I'm like police-wise. Or like, somebody like the Scottios got you. He's shit, did you steal it? Like, no.
Yeah, of course. No. You're just be like, yes. So all of it, and I smoked half of it.
They might, what if they be like, oh shit, respect, dude, get out. I mean, it probably won't, but I'm saying, you never know, because you're going to lie. So that part of it is cool.
You're gonna lie.
Yeah, you're going to. Like, I think anybody would lie. But then, like, there's... Sorry about the interruption right there.
All in all, I don't lie. We try best not to lie on serious stuff, but
You have to lie. You gotta lie to your kids sometimes. Like, this is a good lie, right? When you say, like, I didn't buy you nothing for your birthday. But you know damn well you got a presence in there because they trying to be nosy and shit.
Oh, let's play this game. Let the kid hate you forever and ever.
Damn, because I lied about some shit and then I proved
Or
to
they
you I was
go
lying.
a week and a half depressed. And that one little, hey.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah. I just wanted to try some
Damn.
Shit. Turn my shit all the way there. Like, I thought that was a good one. You know what I mean? I thought that was a good one. Hey, I ain't got the presents for you. Daddy couldn't get everything. Then I got everything.
Like, I don't judge people
I mean-
if they say Santa Claus bought these presents. I don't judge people who say, we got you these presents.
Santa Claus ain't about your shit.
So, that's all I'm saying.
Santa Claus still gets a lot of credit. I be getting jealous sometimes.
Fuck him. He ain't get nothing. He ain't buy you nothing. I bought that. Which brings us to, well, I can say I can bring, but the next topic, what is the root of all evil? When it really boils down to it, what do you consider the root? So some people say it's money. Well, I mean, that's like the going thing is money.
Well, it's the love of money. It's
Love
the root
of
all evil.
Yeah.
So like, they don't think that money itself is necessarily evil. It's just when people fall in love with money, that's where it leads them to evil things.
So you agree with that?
Yeah, definitely.
Nah,
I don't think
I'll tell
that.
you what's evil. And my belt gets stuck in the door.
Yeah, that's
That's the root right there. Unfortunate things.
unfortunate.
Yeah.
I would say almost the same thing. The lack of money, I think, is the root of all evil. I think money allowed you to be able to make decisions that other people can't make, so to speak. Like to the degree of me shutting down. I'm a CEO, whatever. I can shut down a plant and cost people, 300 people their job to save money because I want more money, or I could not. So that doesn't necessarily mean I'm evil. That's just a business decision.
Mm.
But I go kill somebody for $300. That's fucking evil. You know what I mean? Like
It's still for the money, so.
again, it is. But I think the lack of is what causes people to be evil when it boils down. Now, some would say what happened prior to money.
Yeah, that's what I was just about to say. I have a issue with saying it is the root of all evil, even the love of money, just because, before, then it's like, okay, obviously evil was around before then. So if it wasn't money, something had to have caused it before money, so it can't be the root. I think it's just an off branch. It's a root, but it's not the root, I guess you could say.
So 7 deadly sins.
I guess so. That would probably be a more significant because I would have to run with that same thing because I think jealousy, gluttony,
envy,
all that. I think all that
plays
into it because somebody could be so envious of you they want to kill you.
right.
What's that? The everybody would probably like when I say that. What's that bitch name that killed Selena?
I don't know her name.
But
the one that just got out.
yeah, she got out.
Or she's about to. Either.
I don't know if they're gonna let her out. They said they would keep her for her safety, for her own safety.
For real. Yeah, there's a lot of people that sort of like, yeah, don't come out.
I mean, she has a actual hit on her from Mexican Mafia to this day. That's
Really?
a forever hit. Yeah, it's for everything. Greenlit. Now, I don't know if it's like a money transaction. Like if you catch her slipping, you do her. I don't know if you're gonna get the money, but I think it's like a Mexican Mafia type thing. Like if you ever catch the opportunity to get her, you'll be praised by us. So like maybe in the prison system, you may be showered with gifts and stuff like that, commissary and protection or whatever the case may be. But yeah, like even her, like there was a root probably outside of money that was even more deadly that caused her to pull that trigger and kill her. So I can't say that money itself. If the root, right? If we have to really break it down, the root is what? Humans?
Do you almost say it's like free will, like the ability to choose, and then is it something wrong with the mind? Is it like something that's learned? Like I don't know.
Humans. It would have to be humans if we go to the root.
Well, I mean, you don't really see any other. Well, I don't know.
Is a lion killing a gazelle, ripping the baby out, eating it?
Orcas do.
Is that evil?
Orcas are pretty fucking evil.
Why are they evil though? But that's how they live.
Yeah, but they
Everything they do is in
play
accordance.
with it. They'll find something, hunt it, kill it. They won't eat it. They'll just play with it, throw it around like a fucking volleyball, and then they just leave its body to drop. Like,
why is that evil? But see, to
That's
them, they're
fucked
having
up.
fun. It's fucked up to you because something's dying. But for them, that's fun.
well, I guess I was looking at it like I was about to say no other animals really do the things we do, but there are some animals that are hyper intelligent that do some of the things we do. So does evil become like something that is you have to be like a certain level of intelligence to become evil? Otherwise,
Hell yeah.
you're too dumb to be evil.
I would say your action. That's a good one. I would have to say that's a good one.
Well, it's just we decided to have rules.
So there's no rules in nature, so evil doesn't apply in nature?
I guess that's how I would look at it. Like, because evil is considering doing things that everybody deems terrible.
Correct.
And I've never, the Lions ain't got no democracy, anything like that.
Hey, man! Hey!
Vote for me.
Come on, man! That's nasty, man! That's evil, bro!
Yeah, vote for me. Sets man, so.
That's why I say, like,
I guess that's why you look at the nature different.
humans. Human?
Makes rules.
We're all animals.
Yeah, because you think about before it was civilization. And it was cavemen out there, like, we pull up. We don't consider this evil. This is just nature. That's what we do.
Do you think that, so if we go nature-wise, a male lion or bear that wants to encroach on a territory fights? He wounds or kills, maims the other adversary. He gets the access to that land. Now, that access to that land involves females and offsprings. Those offsprings are usually killed by that male lion to get rid of said bloodline. So I can utilize these female companions to create my offspring. That's nature. Is that evil? If humans do it back in caveman day before there were quote unquote rules?
Yeah, I mean, that's the excuse for not being evil. Is to me like if humans did that, that's terrible. We got to get him out of here. But
I feel like we're intelligent enough to know
that that's wrong
and to see the bigger picture and
but
the
that's
respect
how,
of life. I think that's something that animals don't really have as much until you get into like
they do though. They care for their family. They care for each other. Elephants
apparently not if they're eating their young.
They're not eating them. It's not their young either. It's their stepchildren. Technically, I'm marrying your mom. You would be my stepchild. Okay. Before I even marry your mom, I'm gonna slaughter you. So I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of you because I'm not taking care of you at all, and you're not mine. So I'm gonna get rid of you, and then I'm gonna have a baby with your mom because I took over this area. This shit is mine now. So I want everything here mine. So in their mind, your scent's off, everything's off. So I'm not about to even be in an area where it's off. So for them, what is it evil? That's nature to do that for them. If we take the human standards out of it, I don't know if that's what caveman was doing. I'm 100%. I'm almost like 60% sure that that's not how they were living. But if it were to be lived like that back in the day, well, I mean, we can even go to kings and queens. They kind of conquered and took over lands. I wouldn't say they slaughtered kids, but
sometimes they did.
Yeah, like bloodlines, they definitely did. Bloodlines were definitely eradicated when you took over certain parts of land. Now, granted, because maybe like there's a bloodline tie where you're granted to this, or hey man, you killed my mom, my dad, grandpa, my sister, my uncle. I might not want, yeah, you know what I mean? I might not ever be cool with you in life. So I might always be looking for the knife in the back of your arm, sir. But I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know. The evil part is just a wild part. I don't think that, I mean, I wish we didn't. Then what type of war would we live? Like, okay, then if we take it like this, like without the evil, like if you say, what are them dudes off of Star Trek, like the Volcrons? The guy, he's got the weird, like, no, not that guy. He got the eyebrow. He got the weird eyebrow. He was like one of the main characters in like one of the Star Trek movies the most recent Star movie. But anyways, his whole thing was he was hyper intelligent. Spock, yeah. And so for him,
they're Vulcans.
But it wasn't necessarily about your life per se. So like, hey, say for instance, if we go this route, we're going to lose people either way. This route is going to be 50,000 people that we're going to lose. This route is going to be 52,000. I'm going to 50,000 route. Some people say, why would you do it? Well, this is the only way that we're going to accomplish the goal. People have to be lost. It just has to happen.
Yeah.
And I don't have attachment to anybody that's lost. I don't care at all. Even though they're me and they're my people, I don't care because numbers wise and logically, this is the way we have to get. We have to get this in order to move forward. And if we don't get this, we can't move forward. So getting here, we're subjected to lose a lot of people. But I'm okay with that because we're going to get here and move forward. If we don't get here, we're going to lose everybody. So mathematically, are you okay with losing everybody? Are you okay with losing 50,000?
Yeah, that's like the decision to drop the bomb on Hiroshima. It's like if we invade, they're gonna we're gonna lose this many troops more, and they're gonna lose this many people versus the massive amount of people they lost. But it was still
is that evil though?
Small percentage. I don't think so because it's. I guess.
So that's the same
thing.
Do you take
the attitude, or I almost think I'm taking the attitude of the ends justified. Because the ends are good intentions. Hey, I don't want to kill. I want to kill as few people as I can to end this war. So this is the route that I'm going. So I don't feel like that's like you said. You have to move forward with something. You can't just if you just stop right now, they're not going to surrender, and eventually there'll be an issue again. So you have to continue this. So you go the most humane route that you can, and you hope that it works.
With 200,000 lives.
Or
versus
killing
3 million.
Killing is deemed evil, so
to a certain extent.
So regardless how you look at it, like
you look at
whatever situation you put it in.
People, don't get me wrong, everything going on in Gaza and stuff, and I don't get into that, but the bombings in Britain and the bombings in Germany, like 80,000 people in a city, and almost all of them get killed. Like
it's crazy,
and it was common, all the time. Like there's this map where it shows all the civilians that have been killed. Oh, it's. I think it was around like 2 million in Europe or something like that, and then you get into Russia and it just skyrockets because there's so many Russians. It's crazy.
I mean, it definitely is. Outside of the evil part of things, we'll jump into our last topic, which is this right there, this picture that you see. Well, what is it gonna be up here? Yeah, right there. Everybody point right here. It's in this. Okay. Out of this starting five, Steph Curry.
At these 6 players.
Oh, excuse me. Yeah, out of these 6 players, you have to pick a starting five. We got Steph Curry, Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan, Bron James, Kevin Durant, Shaquille O'Neal. You have to pick a starting five. Get one person out. Who are you going with? Anybody start off?
I would, just looking at the lineup and picking a starting five, Kobe would be the one that wouldn't play. He wouldn't be my starter. He wouldn't be in the starting five. The simple fact that I think that you get the same out of him as you do Michael Jordan.
So you don't think that Kobe is a... So you think that they're... So you think
I think they're
27, 8, and 6 is both?
I think that...
You don't think Kobe putting up 34, 9, and 9? And Jordan putting up 27, 8, and 6 or some shit like that?
I'm just looking at it as I can get the same things. Those are the most alike players. So I get the same thing out of them regardless of who I have in. You can drop Jordan and go Kobe. What I'm saying is my other 4 people are set based on position. Because when you name the 6, you got a point guard, 2 shooting guards, a small forward, a power forward, and a center.
Yeah.
So my decision right there is who am I going to pick out of Kobe and Jordan?
Yeah.
Because they're the 2 guards in that picture.
Yeah.
Now they add a couple more people on there. Like if you put...
We ain't going to jump. You know what I mean? But that's where I was going to get to. But who you pulling?
I would have to say probably Durant.
So you're gonna have Steph, Kobe, Jordan, LeBron, and Shaq.
Yeah.
Tough team. Tough team.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I don't really know if there's a wrong way to go.
I definitely.
I also thought about dropping Shaq. Just running with a fast, much faster moving team because Kevin Durant could almost slide into that position.
Kevin can't. He can't though.
But it just depends on. It also depends on who you're playing.
It doesn't.
You know what I mean? Because if you're playing a team that doesn't have a big center,
so this is
maybe he can.
What if you're playing you?
That's how I look at it.
That's what I would say you have to judge it off of. What if you're playing you? So if your team is here, you just flip it over here. It may not be Shaq. It may be Shaq and Brodlevic. He's the same build as Shaq.
Yeah.
He hoops just like Shaq. Nobody's never heard of. You know what I'm saying? That's why I would say I'm in my world, I'm looking for dominance in all levels. You know what I'm saying? So when Steph Curry, I can't knock him. There's no knock to him. And first of all, in that lineup of people, there's nobody to replace what he does. I love LeBron James to death. Kobe Bryant's my favorite player. They can't replace what Steph Curry does. So if I have to pick him, I got to pick him. I love Kobe Bryant to death. Love Kobe Bryant. That's. I used to make the shirts. That's my boy. That's one person that I for sure. RP Kobe. But if I would have met him, yeah, I would probably been starstruck. Probably might even cry. You know what I'm saying? Like, Jesus, this guy's here. You know what I mean? But
he was our younger dad.
I'm still
LeBron. I said it wrong.
For the love of me, for the love of Kobe, I would want to pick Kobe. But based off of that, this lineup, I would have to pick Jordan. Right?
So you're going Steph,
Jordan,
LeBron, Durant,
yeah.
Shaq.
I can't get rid. Durant was the trickiest person. Now, this was on a post, and I seen it, and a lot of people. This was one of the first comments that stuck out to me was, "Oh, easy, Kobe." That was one of the first comments that I seen. I was like, "Damn!" And I thought about it. But when I really looked at the picture, that's how I felt.
Yeah,
the first thing I thought was, I would get rid of Kobe. Not because Kobe sucks. It's just for me personally. I don't really have a reasoning on why other than Jordan was the first. Like, he did it.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying Kobe didn't play at his level. I'm not saying Kobe wasn't as good as Jordan or anything like that. Because, I love Kobe. But I feel in my heart, Jordan did it first. And if you really, really want to take it back, technically, Jordan did it better.
It's not technically he did. Like, he's the originator, and it's no knock to Kobe because Kobe, like I said, they're just two comparable players. But I do believe Jordan had more Defensive Player of the Years than.
We'll have to look that up. I don't know off the top of my head. But.
Yeah, I do believe he did. But like I said, that to me is the only debate. Now, if you throw other players in.
Now, let me ask you this. Getting rid of KD, is that crazy?
No. I mean, to me, it would be.
No.
Other people might look at it and say, no, because it's an argument on both.
See, in my situation.
It's how you judge basketball.
My situation, if I get rid of KD, right? I'm not saying Kobe and Jordan clash heads, but I have a dual. Because for me in that lineup, like, obviously we got backups. I wouldn't. Out of those five, I can't put both of them on the court at the same time. Like, granted, they can go off, but like.
Well, you could, but you're losing Durant's 7 foot, 6'11", 7 foot.
Not even that. I'm saying if Durant wasn't even on the team, like if it was them, one of them is that many guys that they're battling. Them are the guys that's battling. Steph Curry solidified.
But you can
LeBron James solidified.
But you can get away with, like I said, if you take Durant out, you can get away with playing Jordan at the 3 and Kobe at the 2. Like, you can get away with that.
You think that would work?
Yes, with Bron at the 4, because Bron plays 1 through 5.
Are we talking today's basketball?
We're talking basketball. That works.
We're talking against the same 5.
Yeah, because now we can hide Steph Curry. We got 2 of the better on the ball guys and 2 ISO guys. Either one. So now we
I feel like that's a clashing position. I feel like they're clashing. They basically do the same thing.
yeah. Now you got 2 of them.
They both can do everything.
Yeah. Now you got 2 of them that you can't stop one. Now you got to try to stop 2.
I just
See, and I'm going off of this is what
that's how I looked at it. Is Kobe, LeBron, and Jordan are all 3 to me. I don't see how I could sit any of them because having that type of production alone on the court to me is just it's huge. So then it becomes all right. Well, now I have the outside, which is Steph Curry obviously has to stay because, in my opinion, I'm pretty sure
Shit, you can get Steph out there.
He's the best shooter.
You take him out.
You can get. I wouldn't be mad if somebody said Steph.
Have Michael Jordan run the
and then
point.
you have Bron bring
James.
you have Bron bring the ball up. And then you got it all
So
depends
we
on
playing
how
big ball.
It all depends on how you look at basketball and what you value, what you believe you can win with. It's your styles.
So if we go on an Olympic team, you're still getting rid of Kobe.
He won't be in the starting 5 now.
Okay. Olympic team, who you getting rid of? You still get rid of Durant.
Yeah, I think so.
Olympic team, I'm still getting rid of Kobe. Okay. What if we're going All-Star? Now, All-Star, we're talking entertainment. Entertainment, who are you getting rid of?
Shaq.
Oh no, I'm not getting rid of Shaq. I'm keeping him in there.
Who you getting rid of?
I'm keeping the same.
I'm getting rid of Jordan.
There we go.
You know what I mean?
Interesting.
I feel like Kobe got
the reason I say Shaq is to make it a faster, like a fast-paced entertainment type thing.
You know,
that's what I'm thinking of.
See, in my mind, Shaq. That's what Shaq dunking all that shit.
He throwing the ball at the backboard, shooting threes, he's playing the celebrity aspect of it.
So yeah, I'm rocking with that.
That's a good point.
You know what I mean? That's what I'm rocking with Shaq. I got to get Jordan off because I don't think he's that exciting when it comes down to. I think Kobe can do more exciting things at that position when it comes down to basketball.
Steph's your shooter.
Steph is going to be exciting off the rip because he's jacking from half court
3-point line.
You know what I mean?
Same with Durant.
Yeah, and he wild too sometimes. He'll be 5 feet behind the line jacking shit. So you know what I mean? That's what I'm going with on that degree of it.
Yeah, I think that was wrong on that.
Let me ask you this:
No.
if you had to add in, so out of that lineup, obviously you would add in another center and another a point guard.
You can add in 3 players, and shit, you can add in if you go.
You know what I'm saying if you add in another center, because you had Shaq as a center on paper, you got Curry as a point guard on paper. You have to add. Just say we're adding in another center and another point guard to shake this up.
Well, shit, if I put in Tim Duncan, my lineup's different.
Tim Duncan, that's your center. Who you pick?
But I got him at power forward.
So I mean, we trying to stick on we ain't creating the ultimate. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just saying,
they're trying to Thanos the
No, I'm not Thanos. Tim Duncan is considered a center.
I know.
I mean, I'm sorry. He's considered. He plays the 4. Yeah. So David Robinson would be
his center. I get it. We're talking center on paper. Who's locked in as your center? Who would you add on as a center and as a point guard to spice that up, to make it more intriguing or a little bit?
I'm saying that should be the wrong position to.
So you're going power forward. So you would add in Tim Duncan as a power forward.
I think that would spice it more up than if you put another center against Shaq.
Okay, so now who? Okay. I dig that.
Yeah, you can put in Hakeem. You got a small percentage who will say him, but no matter what big you put up against Shaq, Shaq is going to win the 5 battle.
Okay, I dig that. So powerful. Okay, yeah.
That's only.
So you're putting Tim Duncan in. So now we got Tim Duncan.
Imagine if you had Kevin Garnett right there instead of Tim Duncan. Does that make people? Does that sway the needle?
I would say no.
I think Tim Duncan's the best power forward.
Yeah, but I'm saying it. That's a debatable position. So if you have Kevin Durant slotted in there, and you had Tim Duncan, I think that moves the needle. You had Kevin Garnett, I think that moves the needle.
So if we out of that, I'm picking Tim Duncan.
Of course, I mean,
No, I'm not saying out of the three. I'm saying if we had to pick Kevin Garnett or Tim Duncan to be put in that particular added on before we go to the point guard, I would pick Tim Duncan. You agree?
Yeah.
Well, with Shaq, I'd probably.
Well, you're a fucking Spurs fan, yeah.
Yeah, with Shaq, I'd probably go Kevin Garnett there. With Shaq.
What do you mean? Bring it.
Like, if Shaq is my 5, I'd pick Kevin Garnett to be my starting 5 over Tim Duncan because of what Shaq.
Oh, okay. I can dig
Kevin
that.
Garnett plays more.
I can dig that, but then you got. I mean, but Tim Duncan is so fluid. He play with
that. It's not.
Dave Robinson.
Yes, and it's not a knock to. And I'm not saying Kevin Garnett's better than Tim Duncan.
Just a little bit bigger.
I'm just saying, based on how I view and how I want to run my team, I would go Kevin Garnett right there with Shaq.
Okay, so let's go point. Who you putting that point? Who y'all got at?
Who would I put at point to compete with Steph?
Irving?
You can go Magic. That definitely changes. See, with Magic, then.
Does anything trump Steph's threes?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I thought you said it was anyone.
No,
Does any attribute that a point guard can bring in trump what Steph does at the 3-point line?
Yes.
Yeah.
His ability to shoot.
Mm-hmm.
Who?
For
What?
me, like, I take Magic Johnson.
Height, ball control,
defense for sure. Like, Steph is a great 3-point shooter, but he's a defense liability.
for sure.
So
I gotta back off for this to do this over here.
yeah, I might take a Chris Paul based on how I'm going to set my team up, because Steph is one of the best shooters. He's the best shooter ever.
But we're talking comparable. So you're on not necessarily your team, but we're saying who is going to spice this lineup up to make it more.
Okay, so like Steph shoots 40 from the 3, 40%.
Mm-hmm.
We'll just go with that number. But I'm just throwing numbers out there. That's how I'm looking at it. But he gives up 22 points.
Yeah.
When he plays defense, he doesn't get no rebounds. His assists are lower. Or I can bring in a guy who comes in and shoots 32% or even 30%, but he's not giving up
Points on the other end.
points on the other end.
16, 12.
And he has more and he has steals, and we don't have. And we can
who is
switch
that guy?
everything.
A point guard.
You're saying Chris Paul.
No, I have Magic Johnson.
Johnson. Okay.
It's that controlling the game. You know, being able to like get the entire offense moving. That's like what you really want in a point guard. And if they're doing the job right, yeah, they got some points, but they're supposed to have assists out the ass. That's really what you're looking for. At least what I look for. And
see, but with Bron on my team, and like I said, you can make it all work, because with Magic, I'm replacing Bron. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather have Curry out there with Bron than Magic out there with Bron at the 3.
So you going Magic, Jordan,
Okay.
KD,
Kevin Durant. Okay.
Tim Duncan.
Well, no, Tim Duncan. Hold on. Are you building
I'm just saying off all the players that we didn't name.
out of all the players that?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out who you're picking at all the. So currently
we have
now we
7
got
players.
we got Magic, Curry,
No, we had 8 because we said
Kobe.
Kobe. Yep.
We got Magic, Curry, Kobe, Jordan, LeBron, KD, Shaq,
Kevin
Garnett, and Tim Duncan.
Okay, out of those 8 players, or 9.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. 9.
So you're going.
If I added those, there's so many lineups.
yeah, that's tough.
So Where are we going?
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Magic?
I think that would spice the
What's the-
argument
what's the-
up
what's
more
the-
than just sub at the 2. Because now, see, when you say we got so many, now we got.
I need
so
somebody to
many.
make that picture so we can put it up post. Maybe I should do that.
You get what I'm saying?
Maybe
Like,
I'll just make that shit.
now we
myself.
have more because we have multiple. It's how you want to play basketball. Me personally, out of those 9,
One, you're going.
Magic.
well,
You're going Magic too?
Yeah.
Magic. I'm going Curry.
yeah. For me personally, I'm going Curry.
Yeah. Okay. At 2?
I still got either Jordan or Kobe. Either one.
No, you got to pick one.
Well, I'm saying whichever one isn't is going to be number 3. So.
Oh, so you would go Jordan and then Kobe, or Kobe then Jordan.
Yeah.
Okay. So, oh damn.
So I got
Bron.
Steph, Jordan.
I'm gonna go.
Oh, see out of that.
I'm gonna go Kobe because I got a trick with you. So I'm gonna go Kobe. So we got y'all Magic. I'm Steph. Y'all who
I'm
are
not
you?
Magic. I got Steph.
Oh,
Jordan.
Steph. My bad. We're Steph. You're Magic.
Yeah.
I'm Kobe. You're Kobe.
Yeah.
I'm Jordan.
Jordan. Now the 3.
Jordan.
Jordan.
Hold on. So Jordan's able to go to the 3.
This is you can pick your players. This is 5.
Okay, that's just what I'm asking.
Yeah, this is your 5.
Because you switch.
Yeah.
You switch Magic and Bron. You can't go wrong. I'm with you.
So who you got at the 3?
At the 3, I got Steph, Jordan. Yeah, we'll take Bron.
I'm Bron too. So I got Steph, Kobe, Bron, Steph, Jordan, Bron, Magic,
Yeah.
Kobe, Jordan. Now who you going to your 4?
Kevin Durant.
Okay, Kevin Durant,
LeBron.
LeBron.
Yep.
I want to jump over the couch on you. I'm
Well,
fucking.
he made the rules. I'm following his rules.
So
I'm following his rules.
I already know who my number 5 is.
I know my 5 is too. I'm
I'm
following your
going-
rules. I got KD in my 4.
KD,
That's what I got in my 4. Yes.
I got Kevin Garnett.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Yep.
And at your 5,
Tim Duncan.
Tim Duncan.
same thing. Damn, that's crazy. Okay, so I got Steph, Kobe,
Yeah.
LeBron.
Oh,
Kevin
let me switch
Garnett.
mine and go Shaq.
Oh, we too late now.
Okay.
Kevin Garnett
Either way.
and Tim Duncan.
Uh-huh.
Mean. Ooh, I think we got to clash a little bit, but I think it'll work out. You got Steph. Who you went? Jordan?
Yep.
Jordan, LeBron.
Yep.
Your 4 was
KD.
Yep. And then Tim Duncan.
Mhm.
I think we got a good battle. I
don't think I'm smoking both of y'all, so
okay. You got
big smokes.
Magic,
Mhm.
Jordan, Kobe, Jordan, LeBron,
Duncan.
and Duncan.
That's all post up team.
That's fastball right there.
That's not fastball. It's post up.
You think?
Yeah, Magic is going to try to get to the paint. Kobe and Jordan play off the wings. LeBron play in that same spot. Tim Duncan play in that same spot. Now I'm trashing your team. I feel bad, but they all play in the same spot.
Ooh, that's a good love.
They all play in that same. You know what I'm saying? That's why.
Hey, y'all jump down and let us know.
Hold on, let's trash your team real fast. Who you had again? Steph. So the only difference I had
Kobe.
No, I had Kevin
I'm saying I
Durant.
got Kobe.
Yes, you have Kobe. Yep, and I have Jordan. Okay.
You got Kevin Durant. I got Kevin Garnett.
Kevin
I got
Garnett, yeah.
LeBron, Kevin Garnett, and then Tim Duncan.
Durant going for 4 to 5.
On who? On Kevin Garnett?
Yeah, 40, maybe 50.
Yeah. I mean,
Maybe 50. Come on out here, big fella.
What do you say?
Way out here.
Anything is possible.
Yeah, hey, yeah.
So don't even think that 45 may
That's
be
the matchup right there.
And it is. And that for me, that's the fluke. Because I can't allow Kevin Garnett to play against somebody like Kevin Durant. I can't. It won't. If that matchup lines up, it's gonna be It has to be. You know what I'm saying? It got to be a tap, and
But I mean, there's also on your end. I went with the debate. Like, okay, yeah, we switching on that every time with whoever you bring up, and I'm gonna have LeBron or Kobe get out there on. But then again, I put a mismatch on there.
Yeah, it's a mismatch. That's a good.
Yeah,
that's
we
a
picking on Kevin Garnett.
Yeah, it's a tough, but that's the weakest link. But
and Kevin Garnett, like I said,
his intensity is going to get us up there, man.
His defense is up there.
It's going to get us up there, man.
But I just think that
he talks shit too. It's going to get us up there, man.
I mean, yeah, you got to guard. You got to guard from 30 feet from the rim every possession.
Yeah, and that's tough. That's tough.
Every possession.
That's tough because he can nail them. And then don't see, that's one of the
he get to a sweet spot.
That's
right
what I was
next
about to
to
say, bro. If Kevin Durant get in a mode where he's like stroking him, brother, it's a long night for whoever. I just think it's a long night for the team.
Like, if you drop Steph, you gotta maybe it's Steph and Kevin Durant that's the key to that, because those are different makers and shooting.
Yeah, it definitely and defense.
And then Shaq too, because Shaq is just inside, but he's so dominant there. You know, Tim Duncan and Kevin Garnett can kind of space it out a little bit.
But see, for Magic against Steph, he cooking. Easy work.
What do you mean cooking him like?
Easy work. We're going to the post. It's easy work.
Well, with
Steph against Magic in the post, easy work. If we're going
but guess what?
Scheme.
I don't have to step out and guard. I have my guy who's going to guard that area because I don't have to step out. You guys can't space the floor.
Yeah, but if we're going a scheme and a plot and a ploy, my scheme is to get Magic in the paint with Steph little ass on him. Easy work.
And that's what I'm saying is that's impossible to happen if you have nobody else to space the floor. So yeah, it's easy. I'm gonna get him down there. I'm not stepping out and guarding.
But he got Jordan in
I'm not stepping out and guarding Kevin Garnett on that 3-point line. I'm not stepping out. I'm guarding Tim Duncan on a 3-point line. My two bigs are gonna sit down here. So bring whoever you want to down here. We're staying right here because I don't respect your 3-point shooting. You can't stretch the floor out enough for me. So now you have 3 players in the painted area.
Yeah, that's true. What Tim Duncan,
you're not stretching. I can sit here between.
He's a midi. He can get mids,
and that's a shorter distance for my big.
But that's still pulling him out the paint.
No, it's not pulling. It's not pulling out the paint.
True. That's true.
I'm gonna sit right there on the outside. So even when you try to bring him for a post up,
I don't know. Tim Duncan's just gonna sink that 15-footer, 16-footer.
That's midi.
Yeah, if you're just standing in the paint though, like you're not gonna be.
He says it can be defended. It can be defended within that mid range.
Yeah, like
so defensive wise, I can stand in the middle and quote unquote, as they call, show that I'm guarding the paint and that I'm guarding Tim Duncan.
Yeah, so you're never gonna get the ability to post Magic up.
So the only way you would like that is to pull Tim Duncan out to a range, which I know as a defender he can't make that shot. Or technically, he normally doesn't make that shot, or he don't take that shot. So if I force
threes all day,
if I force your team to force Tim Duncan to take 3 points all day, I'm going to win based off of statistics.
Yeah, Tim Duncan.
Now, granted, both of the motherfuckers can come through and score every last one of them. That's basketball, but statistically, they're not. That's not their shit. And even if they were taking that shot, I guarantee you somebody on the bench would be like, what the fuck? It got to go in. And they're still like, hey, man, chill.
I just seen Tim Duncan shoot 2, 3, 4 feet in from that 3-point line on the baseline.
That's mid-range.
And every single time he pulls the defender out.
Yeah, but you're talking after the ball is passed. So now we're talking about Magic dishing the ball off to somebody, running around, trying to get into a post position to pull Curry to where it's just him and Curry, which means that everybody's going man on man. On your team, we wouldn't go man on man. We're going zone, which would force y'all because you have to come to the inside. So we're gonna go zone. So we're gonna keep 2 to 3 people in the painted or close area, which is gonna cause you to either force it outside to Kevin Garnett, or Tim Duncan to shoot the ball, which they don't normally do. Now, if you get them in mid-range, cool. I'm there to defend the ball. So now that open shot that normally he would make, there's a defender there. So now instead of him pulling it up and just nailing it because I pulled somebody out, now that comes with somebody driving. So if I'm taking the ball as a Magic and I drive, I get Kevin Garnett and Tim Duncan to collapse, or whoever the defenders is to collapse, and then they push out, then you could possibly pull that maneuver. Kevin Garnett is not making that shot. He's not. I wouldn't even consider him like a mid-range shooter. Like
he has an ass of 15, but that's in the zone of getting defended. Yes.
That's close.
They're not extending the floor
at all. He's not 26.
And they're not able to extend the floor for Magic to get in to be able to back. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, and that's all I'm saying. For your team, I would probably switch Kevin Durant. I'll keep Tim Duncan, but I'm gonna switch Kevin Durant. Because that gives you the ability to say, stay over there. You ain't got to exert that much energy. Stay over there, shoot the shot when it comes to you. It's going to come. These people are going to crash down. As Magic drives in, they're going to crash down. They have no choice. It's a 6'9" fucking point guard.
Yeah,
on a 6.
Because now
6 or 6'4",
now
whatever Steph Curry.
Steph in the pick and roll situation.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So, and he's
you don't switch, I'm going right by for a layup. If you do switch, then now you got to guard Tim Duncan, who's going to post you up. And if anybody helps, we got Kevin Durant out there, we got Jordan, we got Kobe. So.
But well, I mean that's
just my style. Like I said, everybody come with their own scenarios of how they believe basketball is played. Like it's not knock to your team, but we can all find reasons. Yeah, that's what makes it
so interesting. That's what I'm saying. So those players added on would make that. I might have to make.
Yeah, because they might have a whole. He might have a whole scheme to be like, you just told me your game plan. Watch this.
Yeah,
you can go out there and got it figured out.
Might. We got anything before we get out of here?
No.
Or KBA works. Check it out.
I was gonna say any support is appreciated.
Hey, and we got some good information. I mean some good news. I really want to say it now.
Oh, we got my friend. He does the candy. thehillerstore.com.
Okay.
Yes, there's a good vibe out there too. He really makes some good candy.
And yeah, we got some more info.
Some news coming up.
We're gonna drop on you guys, man. Shouts out to everybody out there. Shouts out to our supporters, everybody on Facebook, everybody on YouTube, subscribers, followers, whatever, man. Family. I ain't saying that like fucking everybody else, but we appreciate y'all, man. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Appreciate y'all watching. It is T Broski, King Dano. Shouts out to Court for coming in, man.
Appreciate y'all.
Y'all didn't see Rocky because he's outside. Hey, man. Love y'all. We out.
Another session with the bros. BrosTalk. Where the beer's ice cold. BrosTalk.